priest then closes the royal doors and prepares the gifts for the faithful to commune. The consecrated lamb is divided into 4 sections. One goes into the chalice hole. The other one is for the clergy, and 2 of them are for the faithful. And while the choir sings hymn, the priest receives communion himself, communes the deacon, and then prepares the gifts to be given to the faithful. That's really what takes up all of his time. If anyone's standing in church wondering, what are they doing in there? Hot water is added into the chalice. It's the fervor of the Holy Spirit. It reminds us of this living body and blood of the resurrected Christ that we receive unto life everlasting. So in the Orthodox Church, please keep in mind that only baptized Orthodox Christians are invited to participate in the Eucharist, those that have received the blessing from the priest or their spiritual father. But this implies that we have even prepared ourselves. If you haven't fasted or prayed or prepared, or you are not at peace with yourself or your neighbors, or you are excessively late, please don't come forward. And it is a very hard thing for me to say not to come forward, because the first thing that you will hear when the deacon comes out, in the fear of God with faith and love, draw near. It is a command from God for us to draw near. So if we have come to church unprepared, it is like going to the wedding feast without having a wedding garment on. So please keep this in mind as you come to church. You should always be prepared. No one has a right to come to the chalice. It is always given as a gift. And we should be in we should always make sure that we don't take Holy Communion, but we receive it. This is very hard, because this is the most amazing thing that anyone can possibly do in their life. And we are given this blessing to do this time and time again. We take it for granted, and we shouldn't. It is the miracle of miracles, and it takes place in every single Orthodox church and every single divine liturgy. We show up and we think, we shouldn't. This is the most fearful thing that we do. It is the most awesome thing that we do, because this is how we thank God for having died for us. We thank Him by taking of His body and blood, because without Him dying, we would not have this. This is why He did what He did for us. So don't take it for granted ever. Remember what it is. It's one of the hardest things, especially because children are children, and they need to be children. And they don't get this. And most adults don't get this. And maybe most of us will never understand it in our lives. But when we come out and bring that holy chalice out, there is so much noise and disruption that goes on. It should be dead silent. God is in front of you. The priest, unworthy as we are holding His body and blood in our hand. Do you understand what's going on? Do you understand what that means? Do you understand how careful we have to be in approaching the holy chalice? To make sure that we don't, by accident, bump the chalice. By accident, that we don't open our mouths wide enough so that the priest can commune us properly. Pay attention. It's the most beautiful thing you will ever do in your life. Nothing is more important than this. Nothing is bigger than this. And we are blessed, and we are humbled, and we are given this freely by Him.
The fear of God with faith and love draw near.
Со страхом Божьим и верою и любовью приступите.